Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Right. Okay. We've all been on the receiving end of this. It is the sound of someone who has entirely checked out of the conversation. The agreement reflex serves as a psychological defense mechanism, occurring when digital input overloads working memory. When the brain's buffer reaches its limit, it triggers a mechanical bypass, automatically spitting out generic vocal agreements to keep the speaker talking. Real communication relies on cognitive mirroring, two brains synchronizing wavelengths. The moment a device demands priority, that physical intrusion shatters the connection. Researchers at MIT found that the split-second task switch required to glance at a device causes a person to lose half the conversational context. You aren't just missing words, you are losing the framework of what is being said. By defaulting to this passive presence, we surrender the synchronization required for one brain to truly understand the emotional state of another. We are trading the biological mechanics of human connection for the sake of staying current on a feed. To see how we fell into this trap, we have to look back at the friction of the recent past. In the year 2000, communication was inherently tethered. Take the landline phone. To use it, you stood in a specific spot, physically held a handset, and punched mechanical buttons. Your body was anchored to the conversation by a literal cord. Even early mobile technology required a higher barrier to entry. With their closed casings and minimal external displays, using these devices was an intentional event. They were tools you picked up, rather than environments you lived inside. Today, that barrier is gone, leading to the rise of phubbing or phone snubbing. Behavioral research shows that being ignored for a screen triggers the same neural pathways in the brain that register physical pain. Our primitive biology makes this hard to resist. As this chart shows, human speech has a relatively steady, predictable pace. Digital interfaces, however, deliver erratic, spiked waveforms of dopamine hits. Our brains are hardwired to prioritize these sharp, unpredictable stimuli over the slow rhythm of a conversation. This makes the modern smartphone an evolutionary trap. It hijacks our survival instincts so effectively that we prioritize the erratic rewards of an algorithm over the steady signals of human empathy. By the year 2050, this trap will be inescapable. Handheld glass dissolves into spatial computing, projecting digital interfaces directly over the human eye. Neural laces and AR contacts will make distraction completely invisible. You will be able to scroll through data while looking someone directly in the eye, leaving the person across from you with no way to know they are being phubbed. The risk deepens as we outsource our listening to AI-driven automated summaries and predictive responses. We will have the ability to generate perfect, synthesized empathy without actually processing a single word. When technology can perfectly simulate presence, we face a future where two people can share a room for hours without ever truly meeting. Most people try to fight this by placing their phone face down on the table. It's a common gesture meant to signal engagement, but it fails to address the underlying psychological drain. Behavioral research into the face-down fallacy shows that cognitive capacity drops the moment an inert phone enters a person's physical radius. Even if the screen is dark, the brain remains aware of its proximity. This creates a constant energy leak. As the meter shows, the brain is continually burning background energy to actively resist the urge to check the device. You are spending your mental bandwidth on self-control rather than the person speaking to you. Reclaiming that mental bandwidth requires the complete removal of the device from your environment. Placing the phone in a bag or a separate room forces the brain to stop scanning for notifications. By moving the device outside your visual and physical perimeter, the internal energy drain ceases, allowing your attention to fully resync with the human speaker. As we move toward the invisible technologies of 2050, offering someone your genuine, undivided attention will become a rare social currency. It is the only way to ensure that okay isn't the only thing we have left to say to each other. For more insights into human behavior and practical strategies for the digital age, subscribe to Gistway.